Hi everybody, my name is Andy. I usually talk about sex education topics on this channel, which is a great reason for you to stick around. And today I'm in fact talking about something which not many people can find, and that's the G-spot. But is the reason why people can't find the G-spot because it doesn't exist? Is it because it's something which is mythical rather than based in science? Well, according to a 2014 research review, the G-spot doesn't exist at all. For those of you that aren't aware, the G-spot is an area within the vagina which is sometimes called the inner clitoris. It's named after German gynecologist Ernst Grafenberg and is said to be located on the front vaginal wall just up inside. So if you imagine somebody with a vagina facing you, just standing up, the front is indeed the front part of the body, and the idea is that the G-spot is up inside about an inch or two and on that front wall. It's characterized as a very erogenous area, something that can produce orgasm when stimulated and can lead to sexual arousal, and some people say female ejaculation. Now, the first thing to point out here is that if you can't find your G-spot, or if somebody else can't find your G-spot, or you can't find somebody else's G-spot, all those things are actually normal. Not everybody experiences the G-spot. It's hypothesized that it's an extension of the clitoris, which is the hypothesis for it bringing about orgasm, and it's also hypothesized that it's the cause of vaginal orgasms. But in 2014, there was a peer review of other past research, so not new research, but past research, which tried to say that the G-spot didn't exist. Point number one was that it is hypothesized that it is part of the clitoris, and they say that the clitoris is a completely external of the vagina, and that's a perfectly reasonable hypothesis. It wraps around the outside of the vaginal cavity. The study claims that there is no anatomical relationship between the vagina and the clitoris. Well, it's kind of true that it doesn't extend into the vagina, but it is completely wrapped around the vagina, so... And the authors say, this is their main point, that the majority of women do not orgasm during vaginal intercourse. And they try to say that given this fact, that there's no such real thing as having a dysfunction by not orgasming when vaginally stimulated, and not clitorally stimulated. Clitorally? I think I've just made up a word. When you have no clitoral stimulation. They say that female orgasm is indeed possible when you stimulate the clitoris or the labia or any part of the external parts of the vagina, but not necessarily possible by just stimulating the inside of the vagina. And what they're trying to say there is that if you do experience orgasm vaginally, it's because of stimulation of other parts. Of course, this is just one review of literature. It's not even a new study. And it's true that there isn't really enough study being done. That's true of all female sexual development. There's loads and loads of studies about male sexual prowess and psychology and production and physicality and all sorts of things, right? The amount of research for female sexual wellness is next to none. Nowhere near enough really to make any clear conclusions. Scientifically, there is an agreement that there isn't any difference really between a clitoral orgasm and a vaginal orgasm. So the researchers are trying to say that because there's no such thing as a vaginal orgasm, there's only one term for orgasm in females, and that's female orgasm. And scientifically, that's true. There's only one type of orgasm. The distinction that sex educators like myself and other feminists and other people who talk about this subject make is how that is achieved. There are plenty of people, male and female, who orgasm without any stimulation, manual or physical stimulation at all. It tends to be in the mind. They see something very erotic on television or in the cinema, or they really are into buses. There's all sorts of things, right? So I agree that there's only one type of orgasm, but there are definitely loads of different ways that it can be achieved, and not all of them, especially in females, are about stimulation. Now, okay, this was from 2014, but have a wild guess on where this was published in the UK and what publication made a lot of deal out of this. Yeah, that would be the Daily Mail. Yeah, that well-known medical publication. Also that well-known truthful publication which always gets it right. They made a lot of this for two reasons. Firstly, they tried to make out that particularly men therefore weren't the ones that, you know, they don't have to keep on going. They don't have to worry. It's not their fault that women can't orgasm, right? The second point they made, and this is hilarious, is you don't need to have sex for a long time because women clearly don't want to do that. I mean, I'm not saying that some women don't want to have sex for a long time, but I'm pretty sure that people who are enjoying it, they don't have to orgasm, right? They can just be enjoying it and enjoying the length of it. And it doesn't have to be intercourse. It doesn't have to be penetrative sex. I've said this on this channel before, but I'll say it again, that sex doesn't finish when the man finishes. If you're having penis in vagina sex, then just because the man orgasms doesn't mean that's over, right? Even if it just continues with kissing and cuddling and canoodling. If you're both happy with that, then that's what you should be doing. But back to the original point in the video, is there a G-spot? Well, actually, basically the science says we don't know, because we don't know why there is better stimulation in a particular point in the vagina. It might be because the clitoris is quite close at that point and it's easier to poke basically through the vaginal wall. Or maybe some scientists are right that the clitoris is connected in some way in that particular area and you can have vaginal orgasms in that case. Maybe that's the reason for vaginal orgasms, that the clitoris is stimulated and the G-spot helps in that because that's where it's most sensitive. Similar to the tip of a penis, right? That's quite a sensitive part and it's very enjoyable to stimulate and is a lot more sensitive because it's not covered up than the shaft. So the research is divided and the conversation will continue forever almost until we actually have enough research on female sexual pleasure, which of course, like I say, is lacking. What do you think? Do you think that the G-spot exists? Let me know what you think in the comments just down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You can do that down below as well. Subscribe, because I make videos every single week, and ring the little bell so you know when I next upload. You'll be notified of that, and I shall therefore see you next time. Bye-bye.